All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Pool Dog Championship Arena in Las Vegas for final round coverage of the APA 8-Ball World Championship. Got quite a match in store for you here in this fourth of 5 matches here. We've got Steve Lingelbach and Lee Jacques. Steve, a member of the Biggelbachs. Lee, member of Shark Tank. Heavyweight battle here, Ava.
This should be a great match, and what an important match it is.
Both skill level 7s. We have a 5-5 race.
If Lee from Shark Tank wins this match, the whole thing is over and done with. But I do believe that if
he'd need to
Steve
win 3-0, right, to put it away?
Yes.
Here? Yeah, so he'd
yes,
have to shut
he would
out
have
his
to
opponent.
shut out. Steven wins even a game, or if he wins the match, it continues.
Right. Steve at the table now. Steve Lingelbach, one of 3 Lingelbachs on the Portland team. Ava, I feel like it's been a Lingelbach, Jacques, battle because there's so many on each team. We've got the Lingelbach family on one side. You've got the Jacques family on one side. We've seen, this is the 3rd Jacques we've seen from the Shark Tank.
Real family team.
This is the 2nd of the Lingelbachs that we've seen here. So, yep, it's a family affair here at APA World Championships. Pretty cool, though, that family can experience something like this together.
Oh, it's great. It's great. A lot of family teams out here, period. And I know locally in the Coastal Carolina APA, we do have quite a few family teams as well. Rarely all 8, but
and this is the 4th of potentially 5 matches. If Steve picks up at least 1 game here, we will go to a 5th match. Shark Tank now leading 5-4 thanks to Lee Thomas Jacques shutting out his opponent in that 3rd match.
just found out that Maddie Modi is the daughter of Steve Robert.
Oh, there we go. So there's another one. There's another Lingelbach that played. Holy cow. They should have just named these teams Lingelbach and Jacques.
Well, Steve's got a bit of an issue here, as you can tell, the fact that the 3 ball is blocking the pocket for the 9. He has left himself an angle now, though, that he can make this 11 in the side pocket to come down and break up.
Ted said, just like the Hatfield-McCoy feud. I kind of thought of that myself, but I'm thinking hopefully it'll be a lot less violent, right? Let's just decide it on the pool table. We don't.
But it's a battle nonetheless.
Yeah, for sure.
So you really have to pay attention now when you hit a shot like this. It's not just enough to go down into those balls, but really pay attention what part of which ball you hit. Because if you just hit the 7 here and it misses the other 2, you're in trouble like that. Although maybe he can actually, nah, I don't think he can. It's going to be interesting to see if he can hit this 3 ball in the thick part of the pocket. Is that doable? I don't think so.
Again, we are in the 4th match. Score is 0-0. We have 2 skill level 7s racing to 5. Overall match score favors the Shark Tank from Ontario, Canada. They lead the overall match 5-4. Much of that courtesy of Lee Thomas Jacques, who took that last match, the 3rd match, 5-0. Picked up a big 3 points for his team. Really shifted the momentum in this entire match.
He's still trying to figure out what to do with this, how to get on this 8 ball here. Just figure out the pattern. If he can give himself, this would be a good shot if he just shoot kind of stop shot, just drag the cue ball a little bit. And then either in the corner or in the side, he can make this and just punch the cue ball over to play the 8 in the opposite corner from where the 3 is. No, he let it get away from him. He ended up on the incorrect side of this ball here. That could be trouble. That is trouble, I should say. He looked at it and see, is there any way I can squeeze it to where I could squeeze the 8 ball by or make them both? He's not loving it.
Interesting. He looked like he was looking at the overhead monitor there for a second.
Yeah, he's going, are you on an overhead?
Yeah,
Can I see if it goes?
If I can make it work on there.
You could see there, it might be able, the 3 ball is not hanging right there. Oh, none of that's going to work now.
Just missed.
And here comes Lee.
Lee Jacques to the table. Lee, a fellow skill level 7, so certainly capable of a run out. We'll see here. You see any problems for Mr. Jacques?
I do not. The 5 ball, yeah, not a problem. I just make that in the corner. This is all about planning your escape route here, which way you want to go.
Somebody's asking about the skill levels. It looks like Shark Tank has played a 4, a 3,
a 10 and 11 they
a
are.
6 and a 7, so they are at 20. So they most likely, I'm guessing we're going to see Jason Meyer in the 5th match there. Skill level 3 would be my guess based on the numbers. Well, not based on a guess. That's all they got left to play.
That's it.
So as far as the Biggelbachs,
I believe they're in the same boat.
we've seen Maddie, Charles, 7. Steve is a 7, 14, and Cody's a 5. So they're at 19. So we could see
Well, they do have
Garrett
a
Pearson, Matthew Lingelbach. My guess is we're going to see another Lingelbach, if I had to guess, Matt. But we'll see. They have a few more options on Biggelbachs than Shark Tank has. So again, they got to get to that 5th match first. If somehow Lee Jacques can shut out Steve here, that would secure the match. I don't know how unlikely that is with 2 skill level 7s, but still a possibility for now. Again, we appreciate all our viewers sticking with us through some of the technical difficulties we had a little bit earlier. We do apologize for that. But you are watching final round coverage of the APA World 8-Ball Championship. Lee pockets the 1 in the corner.
The only thing to pay attention to here is be careful of both balls going in. Anytime you play a combination where the ball is hanging in the pocket like that, obviously he's going to want to hit this with some speed to go down to the bottom cushion and back up for the 8. But if you do that, if the other ball sits, then all of a sudden you may not have a shot on it. And if you just tap it to make it, and they both happen to fall, you got a tough shot on the 8. So he's not going to go for the combo. He's going to go ahead and go all around. That's a good move. And go rail first here and come all the way around if you want, or draw it way up, way out there. He was going to not get stuck down it.
Drew that one all the way out of Clark County here.
But it's perfect. He's got almost built-in position. A little bit of left spin maybe, and he's got perfect position on the 8.
Again, score here is tied 0-0 in this 4th match. They're just getting underway, both skill level 7, so they're each racing to 5. Lee Jacques shooting on the 7 ball here, which he pockets. Nice leave on the 8. He'll mark up his pocket and look to get on the board first. In terms of the overall team match score, the Shark Tank, they are the team from Ontario, Canada, leading 5-4. And Lee Jacques off to a good start here with a 1-0 lead over Steve Lingelbach. Steve will prepare the rack. Lee will have the break. And as we mentioned, Steve really needs to pick up at least one game here to send this to the 5th individual matchup.
The way he was playing in the first, not just being a 7, but the way he was playing in the first rack there, he didn't get all the way out. But I have no doubt that if he gets to see the table, you never know either.
Well, that is the hard part, yeah.
It's winner breaks.
But I will be surprised if he's not able to pick up at least a game. So, long way to go here in this 4th match.
Absolutely.
I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves.
Just trying to give everybody an idea where it stands. Not everybody watching may be familiar with the 9-ball scoring. So if you get to 8, that's the magic number. If you get to 8, it's over. If it gets anything else, the match is still alive. Even a tie can bring it to a tie. Then it's whoever wins 3 out of the 5 matches.
Right.
So Biggelbachs won the first 2 matches, then Shark Tank won the 3rd one. So they're down 2-1 in matches, which could come in play, I believe.
Looks like you got that 15. Got something else there. Was that the 7? 15 and the 7 both
yeah.
gone.
Yeah, so an open table. And the stripes look pretty good. A little bit of a kind of an issue there with the 9-ball and what is that, the 13?
Yeah, he's kind of looking at the table there, deciding which one he wants to go after.
Again, the team score is 5-4 in favor of Shark Tank, the team from Owen Sound, Ontario. Okay, just going to see what he's going to do here. This will tell a lot about if that ball is makeable.
Shark Tank plays out of Harvey's Billiards up there in Owen Sound.
That sounds like a real pool room. Harvey's
Billiards.
Harley's or Harvey's?
Harvey's.
Harvey's. I like it. There's not a lot of those old-time pool rooms left, you know, like the old, you know, gray tile floors with paneling on the wall, you know, the way it used to be.
I bet you've seen some pool rooms,
I've seen some
you?
pool rooms. Yeah, I miss those. All right, so the 13 is makeable. Oh.
No. Can't get the 13 to drop in that corner. Brings Steve Lingelbach back to the table. I'm being told Owen Sound, 2 hours northwest of Toronto. Sounds like it's cold. Maybe not today, but sounds like a place that would be cold, cold, cold.
Definitely. It's cold enough up northern U.S., but once you get a little farther than that, it's, you know, I moved south quite a while ago, and I don't think I'll be going back up north. It's nice and nice to visit, but.
How do you like that WPBA event in Michigan each year? That's isn't that like in January?
I get to visit, yeah. Then I get to go home.
Yeah. I bet that's a cold
one. I love that
one.
tournament. It's so fun. Yeah. You never know about the weather either. Mitchell and I have had some scary ones when on our way home, scary trips back.
Sounds like you've been to Sam's Billiards at some point in your career, according to Carissa Biggs.
Oh, wow.
Said a long time ago you were there.
I've been to so many places, but
hard to remember,
I should know that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, Buffalo is pretty chilling too. Chilly, not chilling, chilly.
You could probably chill in Buffalo too. Just might be a little colder there.
I just meant it's not chilling, you know, like.
I know. No snow in Owen Sound right now. Well, that's good. It is August, so. Speaking of August, fall session just around the corner. If you're looking to get involved in the APA, no better time to do it. You can go to our website, poolplayers.com. You can join today. We'll get you on a team, or better yet, you can form your own team of your friends and family, kind of like the Lingelbachs and the Jacques have here. And who knows, you might find yourself in Vegas competing for $25,000 and a world title. Oh, somebody's talking about the Garage Billiards in Seattle. I don't know if you've ever been there, but that place is awesome.
I have not.
I've been to the Garage in Seattle. We did a show with Jeanette Lee there several years ago. One of the coolest places I've ever been in.
Oh, great.
Very cool place. Would love to get back up there. That area is beautiful too. Seattle.
We used to have a tournament in Seattle at Jillian's.
Oh,
I've been
yeah.
there doing some shows, but I've never been to Garage. Is that a newer place or has it been around a long time?
It's a newer place. It's in Seattle. Well, I mean, I don't know how long it's been around. This was 7 years ago I was there, so it's been around a while, but just a very hip place. You know, Seattle obviously is kind of that kind of environment, but really neat place.
Big shot here. There you go, 3-ball. He's going to leave himself an angle. It would be great to have a stop shot right there on the 3 to be able to play the 2 and come across with a little bit of low right. And as you always hope for when 2 7s are playing is that you get a battle back and forth, back and forth. He got his angle.
Steve pockets the 2 in the corner there. Leaves himself with a shot on the 8. Looking to tie this matchup 1-1. More importantly, would guarantee that we see a 5th match.
Nice.
Pockets the 8-ball there. We are now tied at 1 game apiece in this 4th match. Again,
yes.
These 2 teams competing for $25,000.
And answer Kim Young, yes, I have been to Sticks Billiards in Villa Rica. There's a lot of APA play out of there, and 2 good friends of mine, Helena and Monica, own Sticks and opened that up.
Oh, really?
The original owners, yeah, Helena Turnfelt and Monica Webb.
Make sure we mention our friends pooldog.com. You can go to their website. They got a number of special offers for APA members, especially if you go to pooldog.com/APA champs. And check out those offers. Of course, we appreciate everything they've done to help us bring you this coverage of the World Championships. It's been a great week here in Pool Dog Championship Arena, where we've already seen 5 championship matches play out. We are seeing the 6th and final match here this evening. Really appreciate all their support, as well as our other sponsors, Aramith Billiard Balls, Action Cues, and Nationwide Insurance. A lot of folks come together to make these World Championships as successful as they are, so we appreciate all their support. Somebody said Turnfelt is a great name for a pool hall owner. It's actually Thornfelt.
No, it's not. It's Turnfelt.
Is that how it's said?
Yes, trust me.
Turnfelt?
Yes.
It's spelled Thornfelt, right?
Yes, but it's really pronounced, and I think it's just easier for Americans to do that. And she just did Norgis kind of like me with my name, call me, but it's Helena Turnfelt is her name.
Ah.
Just so you know.
There we go.
A little bit of tidbit for you.
Yeah. So it is a great name for a pool room owner.
See?
Turnfelt.
Turnfelt.
All right, so quite a spread there on the table. Lee Thomas checking it out, figuring out again with these sevens. They want to have a plan. They don't just want to pocket the first ball they can. They want to know that they can go on a run.
While he's trying to figure out the best pattern here, I got to laugh a little bit. One of our players, Donnie Massengills, he said, Dave, you should come play at break time in Wilmington, North Carolina. That is one of it's our biggest location that we have in the Coastal Carolina APA
What is it
area.
called?
It's called Break Time.
Break Time, that's right, yeah.
And I have been to Mickey's Brews and Q's.
Where's that one at?
Oh, I don't know. It's
Mickey's
here.
Brews, yeah, in Vegas. Yeah, I've been there.
Vegas.
We actually shot some a few years ago. We had a production company shooting a reality TV pilot. We shot some stuff in there with Florian Kohler, actually.
Yeah, it's.
I knew that name.
Yeah.
Lee pockets the 15 in the corner.
Not quite enough to get up on the 9. I don't even think he can go rail first here. That was what the plan was, to get that out of there. You always want to get those trouble balls out of there first. I say it all the time, but if you have the ability to run the table, then you definitely, the first thing you want to do is identify and try to figure out a good path to get rid of the balls that are potentially in trouble. When Stephen is entertaining the crowd over there. I guess that would be our next level, is to, I think that would be too much nerves, you know, to mic the players the way we do in the pros.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think some would do real well with it. Some others, not so much. All right, pockets the 9 in the corner.
You can see they just went rail first a little bit.
Again, both players skill level 7s. This is a race to 5. Tied up 1-1 here in the 4th match. Overall team match score, Shark Tank leads 5-4 over Biggelbachs. Biggelbachs are out of Portland, Oregon. Shark Tank from Owen Sound, Canada. I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, we've never had a Canadian team win the
Nice
8-ball
True
championship.
Story, yeah.
So this would be potentially a first.
Okay, there's a bit of traffic here for him to get that 13. 11, I guess. No, it's not. I think it's 11, isn't it? No, 13 ball. Is he going to shoot a combo, or can he get up between there? That would be huge if he could. Is that the 14? I can't tell what the colors are. I do believe that's the 14. Here we go.
Yeah, in terms of overall wins, Biggelbachs has won the first 2 matches. Shark Tank took the 3rd match.
Oh, nice combo.
But the first 2 games, or first 2 matches, were 2-1 splits, whereas the 3rd match went 3-0 in favor of Shark Tank. That's why they lead 5-4. Again, we are using the 3-point scoring system that APA utilizes in 8-ball.
No major issues here. He's just trying to make sure that he's planning out the correct pattern, which is so important. It's amazing how difficult you can make an easy out if you don't pay attention to the pattern.
Pockets the 11 in the corner.
And it looks like he's just going to come up, I would think, towards the 5-ball here to shoot the cut shot on the 8. Unless, you know, on a big table you would do that in a heartbeat. On a bar table you may go ahead and just take a shot down in the far corner, because it is a shorter distance, so not as difficult of a shot to shoot it to the opposite side of the table. He's going to follow it. Oh boy, that's not what he wanted to do. Oh, he's sick about that. Not 100% sure what he was trying to do. If he was trying to come out, he needed to play that with more center, kind of like a stun shot. So, yeah. If he can hit it, I guess he's going to have to mark it near the corner and the side and see if it can glance off the 2. I don't think he can hit the full 8-ball. Yeah, there you go. He's going to have to play it off the 2-ball.
Lee really likes to size things up for each shot.
How'd you hit it,
Wow.
Lee? How did you hit it, Lee?
Well, all that examination seemed to
If
pay
we
off.
had a shot of the match, that would be it so
Wow,
far,
that's
for sure.
impressive. Pockets that 8 in the side. Takes a 2-1 lead in this race to 5.
Steven is laughing and he's going, shaking his head. He said, I definitely thought I would get it back to the table there, but he just played a really good shot there off.
If you're enjoying the coverage of this year's APA World Championships from Las Vegas, I encourage you to like us on Facebook. Of course, many of you that are watching on Facebook probably already have liked our page. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/APA Leagues. Get notifications as we release new content. Got our Instagram page that you can like as well. Lots of ways to engage with APA and all things that we do. You can see the players checking out the rack. Steve Lingelbach preparing the rack. Lee will have the break. Lee leading 2-1. This race to 5. Peter Venom was here. He was here earlier in the week. Did some exhibitions. Was out at the pool party last Sunday night.
Okay, so it looks to me like the only way to go here, because of the 7 and 5, are the striped. Every ball has a pocket, including the combo. On the 15, you're just going to have to cut it a little bit, but I would definitely go with, depending if that 8 ball goes past the 6, that's another issue.
I still can't get over that shot on the 8 ball.
Yeah, it was great.
Wow.
It was great.
We'll have to pull that one out and throw it on a highlight reel later on. That was quite a shot.
And usually you have those amazing shots come up when there's no other option. In other words, most players are going to play a defensive shot if they can.
Right.
But when you put yourself in a position, you know, his position play wasn't that great. He snookered himself, but he could see just enough of it. He had to come with something creative, and he pulled off the shot of the tournament so far, or at least this match today.
The team of Biggelbachs, they are the team from Portland, Oregon. Some folks asking once again who's from where. The Shark Tank team is from Owen Sound, Ontario.
Biggelbachs so far have played a 7, a 5, a 3, and a 4. And Shark Tank has played 7, 6, 3, 4.
Yeah, so we think we're going to see Jason Meyer in the 5th match from Shark Tank. Not quite sure on Biggelbachs. They do have a few options there. They've got 2 4s and a 3 that have yet to play. My guess is we'll see either Garrett Pearson or Matt Lingelbach in that 5th match for them.
All right, here's your combo. He's left a 9 ball in the side pocket there if he were to need it. He would love for the 11 to come out a little bit to make it easier later on to get on the 14. 9 to the 14 is not that fun of a shot because of where all those balls are, the 1 and the 5 and the 8. There you go. If he can get across table, he can slide over. But you're crossing the line you want to be on. In other words, he's not going towards the position he wants. So if you get too far, you may have position to where on your last stripe, you're going away from it as opposed to toward it. So it's very important when he makes this, after he makes this and he makes the 9, his speed control on the 14 is really important. Again, he's coming across the line he wants to be on, so he's going to have to, within like 6 to 8 inches of position where he wants to be.
You seem to know a lot about what's happening here. You must be a
I'm
professional.
reading the
You must be
Complete
a
Idiot's Guide
professional.
on Pool as I'm speaking, just to make sure.
Some great insight there by the Striking Viking folks.
Yeah, anytime you can. That's why a lot of times I'll hear somebody go crazy when a 3 runs 4 or 5 balls in a row and they're playing perfect position. Well, it's because the balls just happen to be that where all you have to do is make it and the cue ball feeds towards the next shot. And here he came, and that's perfect. That's perfect. Now, if he comes out a little bit farther, further down on the rail, then all of a sudden he's going to have a hard time getting on the next one. So that was really well done.
Really been impressed by both of these guys here in this 4th match.
Yeah, these guys have played a few matches in their lifetime, haven't they?
Derek Bivens said this 2016 team that won was the best he's ever seen, and I'm guessing he's a little partial towards them because I think he was a member of that same team. So, but I get you.
There you go. And now 8 ball. We can put a little bit of left spin here, come around 2 rails, either go around the 6 or into it.
Steve trying to even up this fourth match, 2 games apiece.
Well, it came a little bit long, but he's got a shot at this in the corner. If I was a betting woman, I would have to bet that he's going to pocket this one.
He's going to go all the way down. What is that he's pocketing? Is that a... It's like a...
It looks like a
dinosaur
little
figurine
dinosaur
or something? Some kind of little figurine there that he's got.
I had one of my ladies' teams use my bobblehead doll to mark the pocket with.
Nice. Nice.
That was pretty funny. It's pretty big to carry around.
And Steve Lingelbach pockets the 8 in the corner, ties this fourth match up at 2 games apiece. He will have the break as Lee Thomas prepares the rack.
Okay, back and forth battle here. Steve's going to take a quick check that the balls are racked well. We haven't had any problems with that really today. Just want to make sure the balls are touching so that you have a good reaction when you hit the balls solid, if you hit them solid, and I have a feeling that Steve will. All right, so in case you just joined us, this is Biggelbachs from Portland, Oregon. And Stephen Lingelbach is breaking here. And then you have Shark Tank, that's from Owen Sound, Ontario, from Canada. That's playing, and that is Jacques. That's playing the other, for the other team. It's 2-2. And it is 5-4 Shark Tank's favor. Stephen is really loosening up here and talking to himself, talking to the crowd, having a good time. Yeah, he's fun. Just fun to watch. He's checking out. He's talking to himself, and I think he's trying to plan out what to do here, obviously. Yes, Randy, Steve's making noises. Somebody said to tell Steve, to tell Jason that it's Lee, not Lee Thomas. Yeah, Lee Thomas is son that played earlier, correct. It gets confusing, you know, we have so many family members, and when they have the same name, it gets even tougher. But I will tell him. Okay, here we go. Plan made. Not an easy situation at all here for the stripes. You can see that 15 ball is tied up with the 8. Has no pocket. The 11 does go past the 6. I believe that's what he's going to have to shoot now. And then you have 2 balls on the rail. So he's got some work to do.
What'd I miss?
Well, the only thing you missed is that somebody said to remind you that this is Lee playing, not Lee Thomas.
Oh, that's right. I'm getting confused with all the Jacques.
I know.
Lee
I defended
Thomas,
you.
yes.
I know.
Of course, we saw Keisha early on. Boy, I had to take a quick break. The Mrs. Americas were getting a little rowdy out there. We had to close the door.
Yeah.
You hear them yelling out there. We'd never
Next
think
group
from
coming
those
in.
ladies, but they are
Yeah.
quite pumped up about being Mrs. Americas.
They're louder than our pool players.
Well,
And
maybe,
that says a lot.
maybe.
Okay, I'm going to see here. He wants to have enough of an angle, I would think, to break open. Now, why would you do that, though? You can do that with the next one, but then you're not going to have a shot on your final. See, he's got some work to do. Because if he does make this ball now and then uses the next one here to break open the 8, the problem is if he doesn't get a shot there, he's not going to have a shot on his last ball that's sitting on, or next to the last ball that's sitting on the cushion. So he's got some work.
Pockets the 11 in the corner.
And you can see the 9 ball is still there. Inconveniently snuggled up behind the 2. If the 15 does pass between the 1 and the 8, it's impossible to tell from here, but if it does, then he wants to miss this altogether and come back for the 9 next. Just go across the table and back. Yeah, that shot, I don't know, that doesn't look like it'll go. We'll see. We'll see what he's got going on here. It'll all depend. We'll see it when he hits the shot.
Cuts the 13 in the corner.
No, nothing worked there. No shot on the 9, no shot on the 15, and big trouble here with Lee having all his balls open and available. I don't see it anywhere where he could play a defensive shot.
Yeah, you can see both these players taking a little longer with each shot. Obviously, both being skill level 7s, realizing that, you know, anytime they leave the table, it could potentially be the last time they see the table. It's a little more deliberate than you might see some of the lower skilled players. Obviously, we were kind of at a crucial point in the match as well, so adding to that, neither player wanting to make a mistake that may result in their team losing this match.
He would love to come. I'm not sure what he's doing here. He couldn't be cutting it, is he? No.
No, you can't see his reaction. He kind of pulled off that shot and almost looked like he said, well, maybe this will work.
And the beauty here is that we're not on a time clock like we were with ESPN for the pro events. Oh, danger, danger. All right. Here comes Lee. Little bit of a break there for Steven. The fact that the 15 ball kind of snuggled up to the 1, so that's not a bad thing.
Pockets the 4 in the corner. Some folks asking if that was a foul, if the 8 was hit first. Again, I don't believe a referee was called to watch that particular shot.
Well, the fact that
Referees don't
Lee didn't
interject.
say
Yeah.
anything, and the fact that Steven, I mean, he's not gonna intentionally take it, and Lee didn't say, you know, was that a foul? And then their abilities, so.
Yep. You do have to call a referee in, though, if you want him to watch a shot. They do not interject unless asked to watch a shot.
Yeah. That is the bluest ferrule I have ever seen. That's got about 9 years of chalk on it right there.
The overall match score here, Nikki, is 5-4 in favor of the Shark Tank. You can see Lee Jacques, team captain of the Shark Tank, at the table currently. He is tied 2-2 in a race to 5 with Steve Lingelbach. Pockets the 3 in the side there.
And he is in phenomenal shape to do whatever he pretty much wants to here, the pattern he wants to work around. The fact that the 1 ball now passes, I believe, in both pockets.
There is no sudden death in this match. This match began at 2 p.m. Pacific. We are now at the 6 o'clock hour here in Las Vegas. No sudden death in the championship match. Lee pockets the 5 in the corner.
Pattern from here is whatever he chooses. You can shoot the 2 next, or you could shoot the 6 and then come down for the 1 ball. The 2 passes in both corner pockets, so.
You got a lot of folks that want you to come see him in different parts of the country. I'm noticing on the comments. Somebody said they want you to. Where do they want you to come next? Lincoln City.
I have traveled so much in my life that I've become such a homebody. I'm going to be like my father, where I just kind of sit in, in a rocking chair.
Like being in the comforts of your own home. I get that, especially after being out here for almost 2 weeks. I definitely get that.
I've had the most amazing life because of this game. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. But if I'm in any of those places, I promise I'll come see you guys.
Where was your favorite place to ever play pool?
You know what? The pool tournaments may have been Amsterdam Billiard Club in New York.
New York.
When we had our ESPN tournaments there, the feeling of it and everything else. World Championship in Bergheim, Germany was great. Japan, we had a wonderful tournament there back. That was early 80s or even early 90s, even late 80s. I'm not sure when it was. We had quite a few tournaments, but like you said, the Florida event was great.
Oh,
San
man.
Diego,
Yeah.
the Viejas.
Yeah, San Diego.
and of course out in Oregon.
Lee pockets the 1 in the corner. Looks to be in pretty good shape here. Go up 3-2.
Well, APA is not the only sport. I mean, the billiards, we just don't have enough. We have 700 teams, plus teams out here. We've had 14,000 players, and to get referees,
700 in this particular event,
to get referees for every single table out
Yeah.
there, and it needs to be a qualified referee. We'd
Right.
rather have a few less than have one for every table that is not as qualified. And it's the same thing in the pros. You have to call a referee over. We do the same thing. Only on the actual televised match in the pros do we have a referee. But we choose to play this match like they have been playing the rest of it. The only difference is we do not go to sudden death in the finals. There you go.
Pockets that 8 in the corner, now leading 3-2. Again, this is a race to 5. His team leading overall 5-4. Somebody's asking if you ever competed in 3 cushion. And do you know Harry Sims?
Not competed, other than I've competed against league operator Bruce Bartlett and Venom one day out here in Vegas, and that did not end well. Venom, I mean, I think Bruce beat up on both of us, actually.
Rich Henderson, you're asking how long it takes to set everything up. Takes several days. We sent on our first wave of our people out of St. Louis come in, so we started on Thursday. I think they actually come out about almost a week before. They come in, start unloading our trucks, lights go up, tables come in, get leveled, and everything that needs to happen with those. Pipe and drape is set, seating is set, signage is set. So it's a several day process. We actually tear it out in about 36 hours. So, of course, we do want to make sure we acknowledge our presenting sponsors of this year's streaming coverage, our friends at pooldog.com. If you go to pooldog.com/APA champs, they got several offers for APA members as well as the viewers of our streaming coverage you can take advantage of right now. If you're looking to get a new pool cue or some new billiard accessories, Pool Dog, they've got it all. Looks like Lee's about ready to break here. This would be the 6th game of this match.
I just hit us off a little bit, so it's going to be a cluster there of the solids. And that's going to be his series of balls. You can see the 9, 10, 14, and 11 are all right there. We haven't seen a lot of defense in this.
Not much.
So far.
Not like I might have expected from 2 sevens, but
The ball, until now, the table has broken up really well. And it's just been, you know, playing chess, trying to get the run out. But he may have to play some D here. Mel, I'm going to answer Mel here. I just look down. There is no hotel that can accommodate
all the players.
all the
in rooms.
players.
Yeah, we wish there were.
That's impossible.
Yeah, this event has become what they refer to here in Vegas as a citywide event, really, because you have to utilize more than one hotel because there's just not enough rooms available.
And the problem, too, is if we were to go to a hotel that may come close, like Caesars or something, you're looking at, instead of $89 or $86 a night, you're looking at about $250.
Yeah, I mean, the price point is quite different. And to be honest, I'm not sure that we could secure a large enough room block in those kinds of facilities.
No, they can't tell all their clients, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're real happy with this location with this venue. Steve Lingelbach here, back at the table, trailing by a game.
I have a mural at Fatso's in Tampa. Just
You got a mural?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You got any statues I should know about?
Hi, Tony. Huh?
You got a bobblehead? You got a mural? Do you got any statues or anything I should know
Oh,
about?
yeah.
Yeah?
I've got it all. Don't worry.
Bronzed Ava statue. Steve really taking a look at the table here.
And again, the planning is skill level 7. Before you start shooting, you really need to know what you're doing. And then there shouldn't be too much planning, especially if it's an open table, unless you lose position. Then you got to go back and draw a new map. There you go, official Ava pocket markers.
What would that look like, out of curiosity?
This is... never mind, I was going to say something.
Don't go there.
All right, combo here. Question is, where's the 5 going? Oh, good. It came out. Hit it just right. That's one of those where you hit it a little bit off and the 5 ball can go towards that cluster of balls there, but everything should be good now. 3 ball obviously goes past the 15. You just got to get up there and get an angle on it.
Again, we utilize Valley Dynamo 3.5 by 7 foot tables for this event.
The table is open, Dave.
Yeah. They just don't have the door off it. They just press the mechanism.
Yeah, it's open.
They're not putting any coins in the table or anything like that.
All disciplines now. Way back, there used to be kind of, you know, put quarters in for the showdown series, but
Yeah,
no more
all
now.
all the tables are now open, with the exception of practice tables and Mini Mania.
Mm-hmm.
But
Just enough. All right, perfect angle. Make the 2 into the rail, come out. 3 balls right there. Just drift down. Drift down for the 4, no problem. He would have loved to have gotten a 4 in right now. Make the 4 and then get to the other 2 on the other side of the table, because he would have to get really perfect on the position on the 4 ball. He's to have an easy time to get to the 8. I'm getting too far ahead now, I just realized.
well, these guys look like they're just kind of shooting in somebody's basement here. These 2 guys shooting here, Steve and Lee, having a little banter, talking a little bit, friendly, but don't seem to have a care in the world. It's almost like they're hanging out in one of their basements or local pool rooms, just enjoying the day. Steve pockets the 2 in the corner there.
That's great too, though, when you can when you get into the match, you start getting settled in. You know, we were talking about the first game jitters. Once you start getting into it a little bit, then and you're focused, you really don't notice everything around, the crowd, the television cameras, whatever it may be. And all of a sudden, like you said, it becomes like you're just kind of out on league night, having a good time, playing some pool.
Boy, and both these 7s so evenly matched. You know, sometimes we see 7s match up, and you got one that we might call a Super 7 and one that's maybe a newly anointed 7, but both these guys very evenly matched here. neck and neck throughout. Again, the format here is modified single elimination. That is the format that we utilize for all of our events here in Vegas. Guaranteed to play twice, not necessarily guaranteed to lose twice. So it's my understanding both these teams actually undefeated coming into this match, but this is the final match here at the 8-Ball World Championships.
Some trouble here, trying to get weight off on this. See what he can do. Should be able to make this 4-ball, obviously. Tough to know where the cue ball will actually end. Balls are going to be moving, coming towards it. Where's the cue ball going to go? He missed the scratch on it, but man, nothing fun to look at here. Looks like the only thing he's got is a bank shot. There you go. There's that little dinosaur.
That is a dinosaur.
Little yellow dinosaur. Orange.
What are they? Is that a Stegosaurus? You know your
I should.
Stegosaurus,
But
right?
I don't.
Got the little-
Stegosaur,
got
yeah.
the little things on the back.
What were those evil, mean things in Jurassic Park?
It's like
Remember those?
Tyrannosaurus, right?
No, those were the
Tyrannosaurus
horrible
Rex.
things.
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
was that what it was? Tyrannosaurus?
Tyrannosaurus
yeah.
Rex is like the biggest one, right? He's the
I
meanest
don't
of them
know.
all.
Oh yeah. I was more scared of those medium, small things
yeah.
that ran around.
To ask
Evil.
him after the match why the Stegosaurus, what the significance is of that. Maybe some of the viewers know the significance of Steve's pocket marker there. Would love to hear the backstory on that.
Got to answer. I love you people. Raptors, Velociraptors. Those are
Raptors,
the
okay.
ones. The Velociraptors.
But I want to
No
know
good there.
why. I want to know why Steve is using that one.
I
I
don't
want to
know.
know what the significance is there.
He's a little upset there. A little upset, but it was tricky getting perfect on that 4-ball, and here you go. Now all of a sudden Lee has a chance to really take charge of this match here and get on the hill. Well, everybody knows it was a Velociraptor but me.
Well, I called it a Stegosaurus, so I obviously
Yeah,
didn't
you don't know.
that.
I wasn't counting on you anyway.
Wow.
Well, you have
Wow.
I don't mean it like that. Wow, did I
That's
go
all
too
right.
far?
No.
I'm sorry.
I got pretty thick skin. Dried out thick skin from 10 days in Vegas, but thick skin nonetheless.
Thank you, Justin. All right, here we go. Long shot. This should be no problem. 11-ball on the corner.
APAsaurus, I like that.
APAsaurus. And there's the shot that kind of will solve it all. I'm thinking he's going to play 9, come down to the rail for the 15, and just drift out, and he can play 10, 13, 14, or 13, depending on how he gets on it. But this should be no problem for him to get on the hill here. No, it's not because it's the last match. It's not because it's the great sevens. There is no shot clock and there's no sudden death in the final match. We want these guys to just be able to play it out. I have played pro matches and we all talk about it. Playing under shot clock is incredibly nerve-wracking. And the last thing we need to do is add another layer of nerves to these guys that are not used to this kind of pressure. So we're just letting them play out. I guess if it got really ridiculous, the referee could nudge them a little bit and say, come on, guys. But no, just play it out.
Overall score here is 5-4 in favor of Shark Tank. Really, that third match really turned this thing around.
Yeah,
Shark
you're
Tank
right.
was trailing 4-2 at the time. had lost the first 2 matches, 2-1 each match. And Lee Thomas Jacques, son of Lee Jacques, who is playing right now, came up very big in his match, winning 5-0, picking up a big 3 points. That gave his team a 5-4 lead. Lee is looking to extend that lead here, currently leading 3-2.
And if he wins this, that would make it 7-4. And it would come down to that last match. Both teams have won a match if Lee goes ahead and runs out here. Or it's actually 3-2. I apologize. I was thinking it was 4-2. That's the second time that I've missed what score was.
Pockets
but regardless, it
14.
will go on to the next
Fifth match.
Fifth match.
For sure, yeah. Just a matter of how deep into that 5th match we go is the question at this point. $13 in the corner for Lee. Nice leave there on the 8 ball. He's going to mark his pocket. Pockets the 8 ball in the corner. Now leads by a score of 4-2. Lee Jacques is now on the hill here in this 4th match, leading Steve Lingelbach. One more win here for Lee before Steve gets to the hill would mean he would get a 2-0 split here, would make the score 7-4. Of course, we talked about it earlier. We've got our fall session just around the corner. If you're looking to compete in one of our championships here in Las Vegas, you can go to poolplayers.com. You can join from there. You can do that right this very second. You can do that today. Get you on a team for the fall session. You can bring some friends and family members if you'd like. And we'll hope to see you in Vegas next year.
And I agree with Mike McKinney. This match is obviously not over yet. Both of these players have the ability to kind of take charge. This match has kind of gone back and forth, but Steven is chomping at the bit to get back to this table here again. At least we do have fun.
Yeah.
Steven said, get that cue ball back a little bit. I take any advantage I can get, or I don't want any disadvantages for you to get too close, and to have a fun little exchange there.
I got the 8 ball moving there, but just send it down to the opposite rail. Dry break there. Steve will come back to the table here. Well, these guys are looking like they are having a great time.
I know they're talking
You know?
away, and it's like nobody else is in the
Yeah.
room. Nobody else is watching at home. Two of them just having a good game.
Look like a couple buddies just hanging out. Ron, you're welcome. We certainly appreciate our viewership, and we're glad you guys are enjoying the streaming coverage we've been bringing you the past week or so from here in Las Vegas. We've seen 5 championships already play out here in Pool Dog Championship Arena.
Answering Rita, he can't win 3-0. 3-0 is only if you do a shutout,
Yeah.
and the match is that stands at 4-2 right now. So the most he could do is 2-0 or possibly 2-1, depending on what Steve does in the next few games.
You can see there kind of the way that it works for the 3-point scoring shutout results in a 3-0 split. When the losing player makes it to the hill, you're splitting 2-1, and when the losing player gets at least one game, which right now is the case here, you'd be looking at a 2-0 split.
Well, the table doesn't get much friendlier than this table is right now for somebody like Steve that needs to stay in this match and stop Lee from getting that 5th and final game. Everything is open, just cue ball control, playing patterns. The 14 ball is the only one that I can see where he would have a little bit of an issue with. It will go in the corner, and it may even go on the side, so.
$25,000 on the line here in this finale. Runner-up's going to take home $15,000. Let's see the breakdown of the payout for the 8-ball World Championship. Lots of prize money being paid out this week, to the tune of nearly $1.3 million. Steve Lingelbach here at the table of Biggelbachs out of Portland.
All right, just trying to make sure he finds the speed here to play this 14 to come off of the 11. Or the 9. It still has the 9 ball on the table, or is that the 1? That's
like
the
they're
9
both.
ball.
Pockets
That
the 10 on the
is
side.
great speed right there. That was good. I think I would have preferred to go out and play the 9 first and then come up for the 11, but he really played a smooth shot. Both players have the speed of the table down pretty good now.
Steve feeling pretty
not
comfortable
going
here.
anywhere.
This is the quickest I've seen him shoot the entire match.
Yeah.
He's going to pull within a game here of Lee. Now trails by just 1. He will also have the break in this next game. Very evenly matched players here, both skill level 7s. Would not be surprising for this to result in a Hill-Hill match. We've already seen 2 Hill-Hill battles here early on, the first 2 matches. The third match was a bit of an anomaly where Lee Thomas Jacques won that match 5-0, but otherwise high five there between Maddie and Steve.
Well, the way this match has been going, and actually this whole week, it would be pretty appropriate to come down to that 5th match and to see where it's going to go.
Got to stand up, sorry. Just moving around a little bit. About 4.5 hours into this finale. Where do you think I was leaving? Not leaving. No comment?
You know, I keep having these comments, but I'm on air, so I can't do it. Yeah. You keep asking for it. All right. See if Stevie, I'm calling him what everybody else is calling him.
Stevie? They like call him Stevie?
I've seen a lot of, come on, Stevie. So we're going to see if he can tie this up 4-4.
Yeah, one of these teams is out of Portland. That's the Biggelbachs. You can see Steve Lingelbach, member of the Biggelbachs. Their opponents are from Owen Sound, Ontario. They are the team of the Shark Tank. Both players examining the rack a little bit. You can see all the matches we've had here this past week. This is the 6th and final championship we're bringing you here from Pool Dog Championship Arena. Of course, all these past matches you can find on both our YouTube channel and our Facebook page in case you missed any of it.
Good
break.
break. Solid break. And
a lot of action in that bottom quadrant of the table there. See how that impacts things.
Had a little bit of clusters there, which I'm sure Steve is perfectly happy with, considering that he had to let the table go back to Lee. And I think it's about 50-50 on this table, which I would go with it. I don't know. Probably would have to choose the solids here, I think. I don't know. Lee disagrees. He's going to go for it now. And if he can get perfect on this and get himself an angle, might want to go ahead and shoot the 10 off the 2 even. The 2 is the only issue down there for him having the solid, the stripes, really.
Lee, of course, on the hill here in this match, or in this game. If he were to win this game, that would give him a 2-0 point split. Which would make the overall score 7-4. Oh.
Tried it. No good.
That just made things a little more complicated.
Yeah.
The 2 ball drops.
If it ends up with a tie after 5, it is whoever won 3 individual matches to the other one too. Yeah. In this particular case, each team has, well, if Lee were to have won this, but this is far from over. So either one team will have 3, the other one will have 1. Or 2-2. He's talking to himself a little bit again. This sure made a mess of things. This table was fairly open and then one shot, and all of a sudden
Anthony
Okay.
said this match has already used 50% of his battery life. And I'm thinking you got a pretty decent battery there, Anthony. I wouldn't be complaining too bad about that. I don't.
What are they doing? Oh, he was shooting the wrong ball, and is that what happened? He was shooting the wrong ball?
Well, he did take
Oh, and
stripes
his opponent just pointed that out to him. Is that?
Okay.
Yeah, because when he was, oh, I'm not sure what happened, but I know when Lee was shooting, the 2 ball was pocketed.
Yeah,
And that's
inadvertently.
probably
Yeah.
why Steven thought, yeah, so that's a pretty cool opponent. I love that. Brings a tear to my eye when people are classy and honest. I think Steve was thinking, man, I really would like to have the stripes at this point.
See you, Dr. Q. Thanks for everything.
Great job.
Dr. Q stopping by to wish us well as he heads home from Las Vegas.
We had him out to the Coastal Carolina APA area. Was it last year, I believe? This year? This year, I think. And he is a lot of fun to watch. Really interact with the players and stayed extra and had some fun with them and gave some lessons and stuff. So then we had Florian come out. They're fun, those guys. All right, so you can tell the 3 ball passes, the 6 goes, the 8 goes. And for those of you who have been following the stream this whole week for all our different formats know that I always say the same thing. If you can leave the balls alone and work around them, that's what you need to do. Don't go into any balls ever. If they're open and they all have a pocket, just don't touch anything. Looks like the sit 8 ball, though, needs to be dealt with. So he was looking a little bit at an angle, how to deal with that. And this is going to be a big shot here for 5. Looks like 5 to the 3, and then he's going to have to bump it open with a 6, which is not what you want to do. You don't want to have to deal with that last ball because you could very easily get in a snookered or in a bad position or something, or not being able to get to the final ball. But right now he doesn't really have a choice.
And you're watching live championship round coverage of the APA 8-Ball World Championship here in Pool Dog Arena in Las Vegas. Got 2 skill level 7s battling it out in this 4th match.
Well, he is. The fact that the 5 ball is still on the table now, he's got tall order here. He's on the wrong side to be able to get up on the 5, and if he goes into the cluster now and breaks them open, the best thing he might have here is a bank shot on the 5, unless something gets knocked out and stops even that. So
Steve pockets the 6 in the side there.
I guess he's going to have to take the bank shot on the 8 then. We'll see what he's got up his sleeve here.
Wow.
Wow. And he ran it in. Did you see him? I thought he was going to run out the door there, but.
All right, that's a big point.
Whew.
Tied 4-4 here, folks.
Hill,
Another
hill.
hill match.
Just the way we like it. That was a great
All
shot.
right.
Great shot on the ball before the 8, coming back. Playing with a lot of draw and a lot of spin and coming out for just enough for the 8. I mean, a quarter of a roll less and he would have not had a shot on it.
Yeah, beautiful. Seen a couple of amazing shots on the 8 balls here in this match.
You bet.
Steve will Steve will have the break here. He has pulled even 4-4 in this race to 5.
And he looked like he was in that trouble, but
Yeah,
as some of you guys out there, and then we felt here too, it's not over till it's over, especially on any match. But when you have somebody like this, that could make something happen. Well, you got to make a ball on the break first, don't you?
yeah, and this is going to be a 2-1 split one way or another, folks. So it'll either be 7-5 or 6-6. Is that right? Depending on what happens here in this final game.
Yep. 7-5 or 6-6.
So that 5th match now looms very large.
So somebody's sitting on over by the team's heart pounding.
Sweaty
and going, oh,
palms,
great.
yeah.
Me? You want me to play? Or let me at him. One of those attitudes.
Well, you know, we've seen a lot of dry breaks here in this match, though. But for the power that these guys have on the break, we've not seen a lot of balls fall on the break.
But that's the whole thing. And not always, you want it, obviously, the balls to open up so you can run out. But if you were watching the match before, the 3s that were playing, the 4s that were playing, they were making balls on the break and hitting it nowhere near as hard. So you don't necessarily make balls just because you hit them a million miles an hour. That really is true in 9-ball, even more so than 8-ball.
Lead Jacques at the table here. Pockets the 14 in the corner.
Not liking Stephen's chances to get back to the table here. But that 1 point still.
Yeah, very significant. 5th match will really determine the outcome here. Maybe more so than it would have had it been a 2-0 split there.
All right. 9, 10, 11, 8 left on the table.
Kind of an interesting note from Darrell. Lee and family were born and raised in Northern Ontario. He owned the pool hall called Shark Tank in Blind River, Ontario. So now we have an explanation for their team name. We still have yet to get an explanation on the dinosaur, however.
Yeah. Still waiting for that. So that's not what he wanted to do. He just locked up that he's next to the last ball here.
5 and the 10 there.
Yeah, he's going to have to break those open, I believe. I don't think that 10 goes past this 5-ball. No, not there either. He just bumped into it and locked him up. Didn't quite draw the cue ball enough.
Oh.
Ouch.
All right.
Ouch.
So big mistake there by Lee. Misses the 11 in the side, and I guess he was trying to knock that 10 and 5 apart there.
He had to,
and
yeah.
Missed the shot.
That's obviously what you can't do, but it happens oh so often. You're so focused on doing that, on breaking the balls open, that you kind of take your eye off the shot a little bit. But that was
big turn of events
should
there.
not have happened.
Peter wants to know if APA is ever going to have a 10-ball league. That's an interesting question. We don't currently have any plans for that, and I'm not sure exactly how that would work because
You don't have any room for that.
Well, we definitely don't have any room for that here, but just based on how we do the 9-ball with points, I'm not, you know what I mean? Because it's essentially like a kind of a 9-ball format, but with an 8, with a diamond, yeah, triangular
Yeah, it's kind of
break.
the
So it's,
same.
I don't know
Yeah,
how that would
a lot of
work for us because
similarities.
we don't run it the same way. But I would never rule out anything necessarily in the future, but no immediate plans for
My
10
question
ball.
is, where would you have the Vegas finals?
Yeah, that's a whole
Down the
nother
street at a
element for
different
it, but
hotel, or
that's a whole nother element.
in the lobby maybe? I don't know if you guys have any more room.
Well, there may come a time when we have to split it between 2 venues. Who knows?
Oh my!
Oh, another mistake there.
Oh, Stephen.
Wow. So both players here now
Both
with
players are feeling the pressure now for these guys to miss the 2 shots they just missed.
All right. So kind of like we had the 8 out of turn and the scratch on the 8 in the second match there that kind of outweighed each other. Kind of same thing here. We've now seen a mistake by each of these players in the last 2 shots, and we'll see if Lee can capitalize.
Now, I've always thought that 10-ball could be something fun to introduce into the Masters format. You know, and make it 8-ball, 9-ball, and 10-ball possibly there. That would be the only place I could see it fit in without changing everything around.
Yeah.
Where right now you play 9 games of 9-ball,
Yeah,
so
I mean,
maybe a few less
yeah.
and a few 10-ball as well, but who knows? There's too much pressure on this to be discussing that now. We've got to see what these guys are going to do. Shooting the 10-ball.
Pockets the
10.
Came
Came off for the 11, but too much spin, and he's kind of, oh, he didn't scratch. But
well,
can there be any more drama in this match?
He didn't scratch, but boy, he's...
Oh, he's hooked.
I don't know how he solves this issue. Wow. I tell you what, for a match that's, I think, gone almost 2 hours here, this is... Suddenly there's a lot of life in the room as we move to a conclusion here in this 4th match. And some mistakes. You wonder if the length of the match has kind of worn these guys down a little bit. Not as sharp now as they might have been earlier on. I don't know.
This may be the longest match I think I've ever seen.
Yeah. We'll see how he attacks this. What's the striking Viking solution here?
I'm thinking that the only thing you can really do here is jump it. Because he can't go one rail because he's corner hooked right from the point of the pocket. And you'd have to really be proficient at the jump shot here to get it up so high, so fast with the jump cue. Well, you can't use the jump cue, and that's why he can't use it for this. I was thinking about the Masters before. No, I don't know. I don't know. He's going to try to tie this up with the 11. No, I thought he was going to try it up. Okay. Pressure back on Steven.
Yeah.
But pretty much Christmas. I don't think he thought he was going to get back to the table at all this match.
Steven, a member of the Biggelbachs. They are out of Portland, Oregon. Their opponents, Shark Tanker from Owen Sound, Oregon. Or I'm sorry, Ontario. Oregon, Ontario. Getting late in the day.
I know.
Late in the match, late in the tournament.
No, Rusty, they are legal, but that was certainly not an easy one. I don't know too many pros. I don't know any pros that could have jumped that. And when we say jump shot, it's like a legal jump shot. We hit down on the cue ball, not scoop it. When the cue ball is that close to the object ball that's in the way, then yeah, that was not doable.
This match has been a little bit of a marathon, but boy, what a match it's been. Back and forth.
You bet.
Two very evenly matched opponents.
And we were talking about, you know, was he going to get a point or not? Lee looked like, well, he, you know, was feeling real comfortable, was kind of coming on, but tell you what.
Yeah, we're going to go to the fifth, tied
Steve came on strong.
6-6, barring a mistake here by Steve. I'll be curious to see who we see in the fifth match, but my money is on Garrett Pearson and Jason Meyer, so we'll see what happens. But just looking at the rosters and the matches played. All right.
And there you go.
Just the 8-ball left to pocket here for Steve.
Hit that like he meant it.
The dinosaur's out there. This would give him a 2-1 split and would tie the overall score at 6 apiece.
Oh, he banked it in.
All right, he pockets the 8-ball there. That victory goes to Steve Lingelbach. Wins that match 5-4 over Lee Jacques. We are tied at 6 apiece. Going into the fifth match, we're going to take a short break and hear a word from our friends at Pool Dog.
Tired of the same old when you're buying billiard supplies? Come shop with the big dogs at PoolDog.com. You want pool cues? We've got over 700. Balls, cases, accessories, no problem. Want help with your game? How does hundreds of free training articles sound? Want to shop offline? We'll mail you a free catalog. Hit us up online, PoolDog.com, or call 866-843-3294.